Hello, I'm Arthur. Welcome to my kitchen. Today let's make one of my favorite soups, tortilla soup. And to make that we'll use the chicken broth that we made in the previous video. And there's some fat that gathered on top of the broth. You could remove it if you like cooking light and lean. But then again, there's a lot of spice embedded in this fat, so you'll be removing the spice as well. So I'm going to leave the fat in. And the recipe for tortilla soup calls for some garlic, some jalapeno peppers, limes, onion, and chicken breast. You also need some salt and pepper to taste, and some avocado for serving. I actually like to modify the recipe and also add some orzo pasta just because I like it, and a little bit of potato. So I'm going to do that. And originally you use tortilla, but I cheat and I use tortilla chips instead. And these I would normally use the unsalted kind, but the store was out of those, so I went with the salted ones. So actually you could go easy on the salt that you're going to add to the soup, just because you have salt in the chips. So the first thing to do is to heat up our broth and also to prep the veggies. We need to chop the onion, chop the jalapeno, squeeze the garlic to make a paste. Make just one of the limes and use the other lime for wedges to garnish the soup. And also I will dice one of the chicken breasts. I'll just cut it into little chunks and keep the other chicken breast for another recipe for a chicken breast salad. So let's get started. I forgot to mention that you will also need some diced tomatoes, and I don't have any diced tomatoes on hand, so I'm going to use chopped tomatoes. So a can of those, or you can make your own, chop some tomatoes, and a can of red beans. Also I'm going to use 3 cloves of garlic, so I'm going to mince those, and we'll need some cilantro for garnish. So I'm going to mince the garlic, and actually it's going in at the same time as jalapenos. I'm just going to add them to my bowl with jalapenos so that it's prepped together. And what's left right now, all the rest of my ingredients is prepped other than the potatoes, so I'll dice this and then I'll be ready to start cooking. To cook this soup I'm going to use a pot. I put it on high heat for now. I'm going to add some oil, and the pot is already hot, so I'm going to toss in my onion and fry it a little bit. Once it softens, I will add my jalapenos and garlic, and also I have some ginger that's left over from another dish that I cooked, so I'm going to add that as well because I love ginger. I'm going to reduce the heat to medium. It's actually a little bit too hot. I just wanted to get this pot ready, so I put it on high heat, but that got it a little too hot. Oh well, the onion just cooked faster this way. And I think I'm happy with how it's cooked, so I'm going to add jalapeno, garlic, and ginger, and cook that for a little bit. And just stir all this goodness. I can already smell the aroma of ginger and garlic. And now is a good time to add my broth. And there are some bits of chicken that I've added to my broth as I strip the meat off of the bones. So I'm adding that back in as well. And now is also the time to add my tomato and beans. And in the original recipe they use uncooked chicken breast. I'm using chicken breast from rotisserie chicken. Obviously that's already cooked, so I can just immediately add it to my soup and just bring it to temperature. Also at this time I can add my orzo, about a handful, about this much, and my potatoes. And potatoes take about 20 minutes to cook, so that's about the amount of time that I'm going to give this soup. Just stir everything and simmer it for about 20 minutes until the potatoes are soft. And that will be pretty much it, almost it. There are only few ingredients that need to be added, so this is a really simple, quick soup. You can easily cook it in a few minutes. It's been about 20 minutes, maybe a little bit more, and I just tried the potato and it's nice and soft. So the potatoes are cooked. Let's try a little bit of the soup, and just by tasting the potato I already know that this soup is on fire. It's really hot. So, you know, if you like spicy food, this is the soup for you. So I'm just trying to cool down this soup a little bit. I'm going to give it a taste, and let's see. Oh yeah, nice and very spicy. So this will open up your sinuses. That's good stuff. So I think now it's a good time to add my lime juice and also salt and pepper and cilantro. And if you don't have access to cilantro where you live, you can use parsley. That's a more common thing. That's, I think, much easier obtainable in some areas. So I'm going to stir this in, and actually I just thought that, you know, this soup doesn't really call for sour cream, but I really like sour cream, and I think I'm going to add just a little bit. I think it will add a lot to the flavor and maybe cut down a little bit on the spiciness of this soup, because it really does have a kick. So I'm just going to add just a spoon of sour cream. I think that it will enhance the flavor really nice. So stir that in, and meanwhile we can prepare the bowl to serve this soup in. And for that I'm going to use my favorite nice Japanese balls that I like to eat my ramen in. And I'm going to put a few slices of avocado on the bottom. So here's my avocado in the bowl. I could probably add a little bit more, but for now this will do. I'm going to ladle some soup on top of that. Then add some of my tortilla chips. And shred some pepper jack cheese on top of that. And there you have it, tortilla soup with a twist, made from the leftover bones from rotisserie chicken. Enjoy!